Good morning, crime community. I'm here to read another part of Patriotism, Unhinged by James Manning. This is a memo. It's called Crow Memo to Angleton. The Warren Report is a wonderful piece of creative writing. To James Jesus Angleton from RTC, August 10, 1964, the subject, the President. Dear Jim, the DCI has spoken with me recently concerning several contacts he has had with Jenkins, the president's man. According to the DCI, the president has been privately expressing his growing concerns that another Dallas might be executed against him or his family. The president is a man who is clearly, easily, and badly frightened. He is highly emotional and very unstable individual who has become quite dangerous as his fears are not addressed. I spoke with Hoover about this, and as a good personal friend of the president, he agreed to mollify him and put his irrational fears to rest. Hoover had advised the president that certain negative forces are at work against those agencies who wish to protect and support the president. The president has argued Hoover to find a way to convince these troublemakers to cease their negative remarks in the best interests of the nation. This gives us the opportunity to silence anyone who might express dangerous opinions in Dallas. Hoover also suggested, and I agree, that instead of attempting to shut down the controversial books, we encourage the publication of not books. That way, the public will soon grow tired of questions and go to their merry way. The forthcoming commission report is a wonderful piece of creative writing and will be extensively promoted by our good friends at the New York Times. The question of surviving member is still a concern, but hopefully the reward will flush him out. I will get Alan, meaning Alan Dulles, to autograph a copy of the final commission report for both of our personal libraries. The tally. Kennedy was killed on Friday, November 22nd, 1963. Oswald was killed on Sunday, November 24th, 1963. Chicago Mafia leader Sam Giancana was shot to death in the basement of his home in June 75 while cooking sausage and peppers days prior to his testimony before a congressional committee. George de Morenchild is alleged to have shot himself just before his scheduled appearance before a congressional committee in March of 77. Rumors are the lead Corsican who blew out the presidential's brains at near Blank Point Range left the scene alone and boarded a commercial bus to Mexico. Ended up in Barcelona, Spain. The name of his passport was Guibaldo Fini, yet perhaps a fake provided by the CIA. The other three Corsicans were escorted by Baumann to a two-engine aircraft at a Dulles airfield at 2:30 p.m. on November 22nd, piloted by a CIA contract pilot, David Ferry, from New Orleans. It was explained why they would be flown to a safe house in Maryland. If you've been following my stream, then you know the word safe house has come up before in other books and what it means. There's no difference in this book. It was explained to them that they would be flown to a safe house in Maryland with a pit stop in New Orleans where Ferry was based. They vanished and Ferry was the last to see them. Lucian Sarti. Lucian Sarti worked for the French Corsican heroin trafficker and convicted Nazi collaborator Auguste Joseph Ricord. Journalist Stephen Revell, contact Christian David, claims Antonio Guerni organized the assassination of President John F. Kennedy and the kill included by Sarti and two other members of the Marseille mob. Some claim Sarti fired some behind the wooden fence on the grassy knoll. The first shot was fired behind and hit Kennedy in the back. The second shot was fired from behind and hit John Connally. The third shot was fired from the front and hit Kennedy in the head. The fourth shot was from behind and missed. As well as Sarti, David also named Xavier Porronti and Roger Bacconani as being involved in the killing. However, Porronti and Bacconani both had alibis, and Revell was forced to withdraw his allegation. Today, Ravel suggests that he were working on the case today, he would take a look at Paul Damien Mondolini, alias Paul Monsieur Paul, a Corsican mafioso who was an important figure in the French Connection. Does that take you to Cielo Drive, or is that just Gene Hackman again? The guy he played in the French Connection, right. Killed in 1985, Paul Mondolini was the associate of Marcel Franchisi. I have no proof that he's related to Michael, but there's his book, and his autograph's in it too. But I don't know what the PRN 16-7 means. So, when Lucian Sarti was shot dead by police in Mexico City on April 27, 1972, his death went unreported in the United States. However, it was in France's leading newspaper, Le Monde, that the killing of Sarti was a result of a close mafia police narcotics bureau collection in the United States to shatter Corsican influence in worldwide narcotics traffic, to create a virtual monopoly of the U.S.-Italian mafia connection, whose key figure was Santo Trafficante. We all know who that is. So we're going to end today and say that I don't know if these people that I'm reading about are going to lead into Mr. Files doing the headshot, because in the book he says he does, and now they're kind of saying he's denying it. So I don't know what's going on with Mr. Files. Maybe he shouldn't have produced the book, or maybe I shouldn't have bought it. But anyway, there's what Michael has to say about your democracy, and he knows what he's talking about. So we're going to end the stream now, and if you think there's any truth in what I'm saying here, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.